What did you say, Pat?
I came down this morning and he was sat in his food dish.
Sat in his food dish.
Yeah, over this end.
He don't appreciate your tidiness at all.
He doesn't, no. He's supposed to be where he's not supposed to be.
Morning, folks.
Morning.
How are you this morning? Been raining throughout night.
It has, yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at the moment. It's not raining at the moment. Ernie's wandering around the kitchen floor.
Which I've just shown you.
He was sat in his food dish this morning when I came down to turn his lights on. And last night he was manic. Going round that inside there and banging up again it. And
What
you can hear him when you sat in the room with TV on. It makes that much noise.
Oh, you heard him?
Yeah.
What did he do? Come down and let him out?
No.
Oh?
No, I ignored him. I'm sorry to say. He's been out.
Right,
He's been out a few times yesterday. He just walks round and round and round, banging up against the side, doesn't he, to come out. Might not be able to talk, but it lets you know.
Didn't Tracy make someone, you know how Tracy were on holiday last week in Derbyshire?
Their next door neighbour had a tortoise and they put him out every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Even it rain, I wonder.
They rented a cottage in Derbyshire. Said it was nice.
Yeah, very nice cottage. And the lady left them eggs, milk, carrot cake, butters, jams.
Yeah.
She left them lots of little things. And said it were very comfortable and clean and tidy, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, she said it was. Makes a change.
Yeah.
Because she usually has disasters.
Oh, she does.
That's Tracy when she...
Yeah. They managed to get out, didn't they, to Melton Mowbray and...
Melton Mowbray.
Was it Melton Mowbray?
You joke? That's not in Derbyshire. Pat has no idea about where places are.
No, I get lost.
She was once talking to somebody out in Germany not long after we got married, and she was trying to tell somebody where something was, and she says it's either near Scarborough or Gibraltar.
Oh dear. Yeah. I did do things like that when I was younger. I had no idea. Mine still haven't, so.
The classic is still the Euro tunnel.
Oh yeah. Oh, there were another one.
Well,
yeah, the two people's names that I used to get mixed up.
Oh, Torval and Dean. You used to get Torval and Dean mixed up with Travolta and Dean. You used to call it Travolta and Dean.
Oh dear.
And that the famous story of the Channel Tunnel, where a migrant, you know, when they were in France, they copped him halfway down tunnel, trying to escape to England from France, and they found him halfway down. And Pat says to me, how did he know which way to go? France, England. You know. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't think before I put my foot in it. As you may have noticed on here.
Oh dear, sweet Pat, that's your sweet Pat.
Yeah. That's a bit.
You're going to get a lot of reflection here, aren't you?
Yeah.
That is the famous brown curtain. It's an hour, half a room.
I've got a better picture of
Oh,
that brown curtain.
Ah, we're further away from it.
No, Pamela and Judy were bridesmaid, and they were stood at the end where you went into this little place, and you could see curtain with brass rail.
Yeah.
Because it only came, it's sort of
above your
halfway
head.
up. No, it wasn't that high.
Well, it were above our head.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. And you could see it properly, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And people sat at table. It was like a little narrow corridor type thing with curtains on both sides. Table were in middle, and people were sat round the table, weren't they?
Yeah.
You could see Andy and now. No, you couldn't see our Brian. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, it was higher than I thought. I thought it was lower than that.
No.
Yeah.
We were right up against it there, weren't we?
Just about, yeah.
Funny.
Mm.
Oh dear, that wedding.
Mm.
It was sort of tension.
Yeah.
There was a tension in the air, wasn't there?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because your man thought it had never happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to happen, was
Not supposed to, no.
it?
Although what she assumed Grandma were going to do with all that, having ordered the food from there.
Well, everything was
organised.
Yeah.
There.
Um,
Anyway, that's that. It's all done. Well done and dusted. Oh dear.
It's a long time ago, but it's
It
firmly imprinted into my memory.
It is, yeah. Yeah, you remember it all, don't you? Oh. What are you going to say now?
Yeah, I know you like stories. They're all in the book. All my stories. You won't need to buy that book by the time I've finished. Do you know about?
You shaking thing, and I'm trying to drink my coffee.
Sorry, it's me. I'm waggling my legs about. What was I gonna say of it now? Don't take much to knock me off my
thought process.
Yeah.
Well, you were going to talk about school, weren't you?
Right, Daddy Phillips, and then something else popped into my head, and it popped immediately out when you shoved me.
All right. I didn't shove you, I just tried to stop you wiggling. And you can't think now. Never mind, go on with the story of Daddy Phillips, it might come back to you.
Daddy Phillips.
He was a head teacher.
We used to, hey, I tell you what, and you know, on Saturday night, this is not to do with Daddy Phillips, on Saturday night, I watched the World Cup in 1966 when we played Germany at Wembley and won the World Cup. Do you know, I've never seen the match since. I watched it in Germany at the Roundhouse in the camp in Germany, and I've never seen it since. Now wait a minute. I'm going to lose my thread here. Why am I telling you this? Because why am I telling you this?
Now, I don't know, because she didn't mention it. So
Oh, dear me,
sure.
dear me.
You didn't know something. When you were watching match, did it remind you of something, or? Because you were saying how good they were, how they persevered and worked hard.
Well,
they really worked hard.
The football
Not
itself.
like these lot.
The football itself were incredible because it was end to end. End to end. There was none of this pass it over there, pass it back to the goalie, pass it backwards and forwards, pass it back. There was none of that. It was end to end. It went into extra time even. And I mean, the work rate and Jackie Charlton, oh dear, nobody got past Jackie Charlton. Crunching tackles. And it just showed the difference in how hard a work it was to win it, and how hard they were prepared to work to win it. We're not prepared to work it hard enough at the England team. You know, that's the difference between what I saw when I watched the match.
Yeah.
And watching.
And they got a lot less money
than
what they get now.
Pittance, absolute pittance compared to now.
But the thing is that now they've fit that many matches in. They must be worn out.
Yeah, they never played as many tournaments as they do now.
No.
In them days, did they?
No.
No. Yeah.
So they did more practice. There were more, I would think.
Yeah, I know why I was telling you about this story, because when I watched it, I saw the band on the pitch.
Oh yeah.
And one of the blokes in that band, in the military band on the pitch, was Harry Rigby. When I came out of the army, when I came out of the army, I got a job lorry driving, But I wanted to be an artist. So I instead of working full time, I wanted to do work evenings and weekends and have all day during the week to myself so I could pay. And that's what I did. So I got a job working weekends for motor floor services. Contract cleaning, and the manager of motor floor services was Harry Rigby. Now, Harry was he was a bandsman. What's the regiment? I don't know what they call the regiment, but he was a bandsman in the army, and he played
on that match.
He was there at the World Cup in '66.
What did he play? Was he a trumpet player or a...
Well, that's what reminded me, because Daddy Phillips, we had a nickname for him, as if Daddy Phillips wasn't bad enough. We called him Badger, because he had a big bottom lip. And Harry told me that when you play musical, a wind instrument anyway, he says that eventually the muscles in your lip go, and you have to go bigger and bigger and bigger. You
start with a little flute,
and you finish up, and he want a trombone. It was one of these things.
Clarinet.
No, it had the thing where it had loads of winding. It had loads of winding pipes and a thing that opened out where sound come out. One of them.
Shoot.
I don't know what they call them. that's what it... And Harry had that same kind of lip as Daddy Phillips had. And he said it while we're playing wind instruments so much, you know. Yeah.
And he played at the World Cup.
He did. He played at the World Cup. And I didn't see him. I couldn't pick him out.
No.
But it showed you him on the pitch.
Wow.
But yeah, Daddy Phillips, he had an expression. He had an expression, I'll thrash your cheek. He used to say to kids when they were bad, I'll thrash your cheek, you'll go home screaming. He used to say that, you'll go home screaming. I mean, how times have changed. You can have a teacher having that much power. Now they can't touch them now, can they? Teachers. But in them days you got cane and all sorts.
Ruler across your hand.
And Daddy Phillips, we used to take Mickey out of him because he used to have this expression, I'll thrash your cheek. Well, he came into our class one day. It's in the book, this story. He came into our class one day and it happened to be maths, and I were hopeless at maths. I was just about hopeless at every subject anyway. And I think the only thing I was good at was cross-country running.
Bird watching.
Yeah, and bird watching, yeah. The feathery type at that age. Yeah. Anyway, he came into the classroom that day and he just took over the thing. And he had a booming voice and he just says, Get some fresh air into this room. You open them windows, you know. Oh, good grief. There's wind howling in the classroom, you know. and he says, come round, gather round the blackboard, And we all had to get out of us chairs and stand in a half circle round blackboard. And he was talking away, talking about summer. To do with arithmetic, and the bit of spit got stuck between his bottom and top lip. And I was watching it.
You were mesmerised.
Well, it hypnotised me, did this bit of spit on his lip. And I was watching it, waiting for it to snap. And then all of a sudden I heard this voice say, Whetstone, what did I just say? And of course I hadn't a clue what I'd said. Oh dear. It was ever so funny.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. Yeah, our kid remembers him. Because I told you the story when we were in his office and listening to Planet Suite. And he put us both into a B form. Our kid
right.
He's 15 months older than me, so we weren't in the same class. He were in a B form. I don't know how they did it in them days, but it was A, B, C and D.
Right. And he put you both in B?
Put us both in B because they didn't know what about us. But it wasn't too long before our kid moved up into an A and I moved down into a C. I hadn't a clue what the teacher were on about.
No.
No. So, yeah.
Well, it's like that, isn't it? Because when you go to a different school, they're probably doing different things in different subjects. Because when I was younger, I went to about 11 different schools altogether. So I never knew what they were on about because they were always in a different place. It were a different place in subject that they were teaching, and I never cottoned on. I couldn't pick it up.
No.
And that's why I were a bit of a dummy.
And you were constantly off school.
Well, as I were getting older, yeah, I was. Yeah. So, but when I were younger, even then we were moving about different schools.
You're not a dummy, darling.
I mean, arithmetic and stuff like that. I used to, when you did your times table, no matter how many times you stood up and said your times table, they made you repeat it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I never knew what they were. I mean, easy one like 5s and 2s, I cottoned on to. But every time I had to use a times table, we had them little red exercise books, and they had times table on back, didn't they?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
I used to have to look at back, see what it was.
Yeah.
Take the easy way.
I realised, I mean, I thought most of what we were learning at school were irrelevant. But I realised that the times table were probably going to be really useful.
Yeah.
And so I remembered them, and I remember them all. I know them all instantly.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, even now.
Yeah, I do.
I couldn't even tell you what.
Because I knew they were useful, but everything else I was useless at because I could never see the point of it.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That's a bit about us.
Yeah, a bit more
of the education.
Thank you whoever bought a book yesterday. Somebody bought a book again yesterday. Thank you. That's great.
Well, that was the
this book.
That book.
This book.
And somebody bought your other book.
That's my book. And I've sold three
of them.
3 of my books of my drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Good.
Brilliant. Never thought.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I love that little book with drawings in. I think it's great.
I don't know what the quality's like from Lulu, because that book that we showed you was from somewhere else, but we couldn't upload it from there to Lulu, so we've had to do it completely
through a different.
Well, when I say we, Andy has.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to remember Andy's second name. It came to me the other day. Okay.
Things come to us when we don't need it, and then it's gone. Forget her.
And others, we might. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you tomorrow because we've already done 22 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, folks. See you tomorrow. All being well.
Bye.
Bye.